Hi, we're the Owens family, and before we begin this episode, we just wanted to say that we are humbled by those of you who have shown an interest in following our story.
Yeah, we're just so grateful that so many of you have subscribed. When we started making the videos, we didn't know what to expect, but we're really glad that you enjoy them, and we're going to keep trying to make interesting videos so you can follow along on our journey.
Our goal with this channel is to present an honest and authentic view of our family, not only as we're trying to learn how to sail, but also as we're trying to learn to live a simpler life.
Now, several of you contacted us and requested that we do an episode about our backstory, who we are, and we thought that wouldn't be such a bad idea.
So here's a little bit more about our family. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and as always, if you could give us a thumbs up below, it would really help us out. Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Eden. I'm 5 years old, and I like living on the boat because I like making new friends and seeing new animals.
At home, Eden loved to ride her bike and play with her friends down the street. She loves to dance, act, and sing, and would often be found in her room setting up theatrical productions with her dolls and stuffed animals. Since living on a boat, Eden has enjoyed making new friends with other kid boats, and she was even invited to her first birthday party with new friends. Eden is very outgoing and social, so the hardest thing she has had to deal with has been leaving her Ohio friends behind and saying goodbye to her new boat friends when they have to leave. Eden loves exploring the water and everything around her, and her day often consists of chasing geckos, searching for shells, and peering into the water in search of new sea creatures.
Hi, my name is Autumn. I'm 15 years old and I'm homeschooled. I attend college part-time, and my plan is to get my associate's degree by the time I turn 18. Back at home, one of my favorite things to do was dance at our local dance school. I took dance classes there for 10 years. I also liked to play tennis and was on the high school tennis team. It was fun, despite my dad being the coach. Something else I enjoyed was theater. I was in a total of 6 productions, including The Miracle Worker, Aladdin, and The Little Mermaid. It was hard to give up these activities, but I found other things to do, like writing, paddleboarding, and just enjoying the toasty weather. Of course, school is still a big part of my life, too. I've been homeschooled since 1st grade, so boat schooling hasn't been that much of an adjustment for me. Keeping up with my online college classes can be tricky, because Wi-Fi is hard to come by on a boat. The biggest change in my life so far has been not getting to see my friends every week, and it's hard to find other kids my age in the cruising community. Some things I'm most looking forward to about our journey are seeing new places, meeting new people, and living right on the ocean. I think this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I'm excited to be along for the ride.
Hi, I'm Mitchell. I am from Bryan, Ohio, which is a small rural community of about 8,000 in the northwest part of the state. I attended Indiana University, where I met this intriguing and outgoing girl who would later become my wife of 25 years. Upon getting married, we moved around quite a bit. We actually lived in 6 different cities in the span of 10 years, including Houston, Texas, Tacoma, Washington, and Toledo, Ohio, just to name a few. I worked in marketing and advertising for several years before leaving the corporate world for a career in nonprofit management. I spent a dozen years managing professional symphony orchestras, about 7 years as the CEO of a community foundation, and then several more years as president of a national children's charity. My last job was as a pastor at our local church. For 16 seasons, I coached boys and girls tennis at our local high school. If I could point to one thing I really miss about our life on land, it's definitely being a coach to a group of wonderful kids. From a day-to-day perspective, transitioning from land to sea was not an overly difficult one. Yes, there's been a lot of adjustments, as you might expect, but for the most part, it's gone pretty smoothly. It is my sincere hope that this journey, the good and bad, the struggles and challenges, as well as the triumphs, would strengthen our faith, would strengthen our bonds toward each other, and certainly strengthen our compassion toward others.
Hi, I'm Rhonda. I grew up in Granger, Indiana, which is a small town outside of South Bend, Indiana, which is the home of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Granger, when I was growing up there, was a small farm town, but now it's full of subdivisions and shopping malls. But my parents still live in the house where I grew up. My life before kids consisted of teaching high school English for 10 years. I loved my work, and I especially loved teaching English because opening the expansive world of literature to high school students and teaching them how to express themselves eloquently is just the best. When we had our first daughter, Autumn, I was blessed beyond measure to get to stay home with her. We struggled with infertility for years and years after she was born, and it took us quite some time to resign ourselves to the fact that we would be just a family of 3. So we were quite astonished when 10 years later along came Eden, our surprise baby in our 40s. There are exactly 10 years and 1 day between Autumn and Eden, and we love them both to pieces. We're a pretty close-knit family, but when we decided to become liveaboards, I expected we'd have trouble living in such close quarters. But honestly, living in close quarters hasn't bothered us a bit. Our oldest, Autumn, has even commented that she likes that we are all in such close proximity to one another. At first, I wasn't all that excited about leaving our life in Ohio for a new life on a boat. Unfortunately, neither Mitchell nor I are particularly mechanical, and that is the thing that has us both wondering if we'll really be able to make a go of this thing. But what keeps us going is the adventure of seeing new places and meeting new people, of spending time reading and snorkeling and paddleboarding, of exploring God's amazing creation, and of sharing it all with our kids. I like to write a little bit too, so I'm pretty excited about organizing my thoughts into something that people might find worth reading. And in fact, Mitchell and I both, through our blog and through our videos, are hoping to shed light on the small, quiet good that people are doing in and around the communities that we visit. We hope that you enjoyed getting to know our family just a little bit better.
We really appreciate you watching, and we thought this would be a good time to share with you that we started a Patreon page.
Many of you contacted us with messages wondering how you could support our videos, and you mentioned starting a Patreon page. To be honest, we were a little bit hesitant about that, but we still kept getting messages and emails from you all, so we decided to give it a go.
Now, our videos will still be free on YouTube, but Patreon's just a way for you to help us with the additional cost of making the videos. Plus, we came up with some pretty cool rewards for you.
You can see all of the details on Patreon, which we'll link to here below, and probably we'll put a link maybe over here somewhere, or maybe over here somewhere.
Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time as we explore and show you what it's like to live in a marina for a month. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
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 So, take number 4000. What was the charm?
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You think I was like